Desperate PNP lies and propaganda. Dying serpents are flinging wild punches everywhere, even hitting each other in futile rage. Where is Mark Golding? Did he get knocked out? Bunting is hiding from his own drama. Hello, my people. It's Skywalker with more coffee for you. Over the last week or so, the PNP seems to be rubbing out the PNP so hard that they have become incredibly desperate, doing desperate things, telling desperate lies, spreading desperate propaganda, and trying to float on straws because their ship is sinking. We have seen lawsuit threats when they are the ones that said the incriminating words against themselves. We have heard impossible statements that are meant for people other than not so bright comrades to believe. We have noticed a lot of doctoring and spinning to no avail, but the friendly fire in a war is as deadly as the enemy attack. Just because it's friendly fire doesn't mean it's not dangerous. And now they learn. Dayton Campbell was the last PNP Rise United member to hit the PNP's not so sturdy vessel with a powerful torpedo. Then he wants to sue who sank the ship. What can go so? What can go so? It seems like Dayton has finally succeeded in rubbing out his leader, Mark Golding, the Englishman, from the pages of Rise United. We cannot see and hear him anywhere. No, where is Mark? All we see is a blank page when he should be the one giving the account to the Jamaican people as the Rise leader and telling us where the money that Dayton spoke about is at this moment. This money belonged to the public of Jamaica and not to the purse of the PNP. It is not monies for campaign financing. Misappropriating funds for political support is stealing. So we await Mark Golding to give us clarity, although he seems so unclear doing that babbling confounded speech thing. Time come for him to address this and deal with corruption in his party. Corruption explained from the very horse's mouth. In fact, what Dayton Campbell explained amounts not only to stealing, but it amounts to the damning of the entire PNP leadership, starting from Mark Golding downwards. I can understand why Mark Golding would be hiding if that's what he's actually doing. If you can't face it, then you hide it. If he cannot distance himself from that collective accusation, then he would most likely have to remove himself too. Very trying times that call for a cerebral approach, but does the PNP have that faculty in them? Instead, they seem to be giving far more propaganda, attacking Andrew, which no one but the same Rice comrades, the not so bright ones, believe, and which has reached its limit of traction. Just attacking Andrew, telling lies, spreading propaganda. It it does. I mean, it does only create a counterproductive effect. No, that's where it is now. It has reached its limit of traction. No, it is a turn off, you know. It is a turn off that makes it more than counterproductive. Some of these propaganda are so stupid that you shake your head. Now they say that the house is given to the poor by that Andrew Holness initiative are not owned by the recipients trying to gain traction with that. They attack Andrew without evidence and threaten those that attack Dayton and their party members with the utmost of evidence. Make that make sense? They become more and more unbelievable every day, and time is ticking away without them smelling the coffee and bringing a smart approach instead of those that create more hemorrhaging. Because every time they speak, they hemorrhage, and they hemorrhage very badly. I said the ship is sinking. Dayton Campbell blew Mark's vessel out of the water with a torpedo, and a birdie tells me that Angela Brownberg is now launching nuclear missiles at her leader. Are these people suicidal or clueless? I don't know. There is a lot of humor in it, at least that we know. But every time they launch a hit, Mark Golding is the one who has to scream. And it's really, really funny, but it's not. Let's clear up the rumors that mean to undermine the successes of a wonderful and internationally respected program led by the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The new social housing program is winning great respect internationally, and the rise people do not like it. Now, instead of supporting something so good, they are trying to attack it. It is a foolish attempt that makes the person that started it look more than don't. Anyone who started this rumor looks more than don't. But it was geared at bright people by dunce people that believe they can tell someone who reads that SHIT spells sugar and they would believe. And that has been the PNP's foolish approach to politics all day. It is like trying to sell horse-drawn carts as the modern means of transport. This caveman mindset appears in the PNP because their politics has never been evolving with the times. They are frozen in the 70s and 80s. It's good for them. Time come for them to receive the fruits of their labor, and it will happen, my people. It will. So prepare to see. It will happen. It will happen because it is the people who are rising up, and the reason why they are rising up is because they are becoming more enlightened. Rumors suggesting that the new social housing program does not belong to the recipients, or that the houses do not belong to the recipients, and that the program is merely a political gimmick, are baseless and useless propaganda made by desperate men clutching at straws to float instead of drown. It doesn't take much to debunk these myths and present the facts. We are always here for the truth. Yeah, that's what we are for. Established in 2018 by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the NSHP is a cornerstone of the housing, opportunity, production, and employment hope program. Its primary goal is to improve the housing conditions of Jamaica's poor and disadvantaged population by providing quality, affordable, and sustainable housing. To debunk misinformation being spread, the houses built under the NSHP are fully owned by the beneficiaries. These homes are not owned by the government of Jamaica as stated, nor are they provided on a rent lease or rent to own basis. The recipients have full ownership rights, ensuring stability and security for their families because that was what it was meant for. It was to break the generation of poverty, and you can't break the generation of poverty if those houses were not for the people they were given to. To qualify for a house under the NSHP, applicants must provide proof of ownership or permission to occupy the land on which the house will be built. This requirement ensures that beneficiaries have legitimate property rights, whether through ownership, long term lease, or a legitimate claim supported by a deed of gifts. The moment it's going to build on their land, that should have told you that the houses would be theirs. Because you cannot build a concrete house on somebody's land temporarily, right? So this measure is essential for maintaining accountability and responsible stewardship of resources. You can't just go and just build a house on a land that wasn't verified as the owner's property or as property that the owner has rights to build on. Some individuals and platforms are perpetuating these false narratives. Their intentions are clear: to undermine a program that is genuinely making a positive impact on the lives of vulnerable Jamaicans. This is so sickening. Sickening. This new social housing program is not a political gimmick and must not be used as such. It is a useful and effective way to uplift our fellow citizens, providing them with the dignity and security of home ownership. Now, all these people, I keep saying these people have gone into drunken mode, and it's true. It's true. And they have these supporters who are not sensitive enough to realize where they are devils and demons. The houses provided are not temporary shelters, but permanent homes that beneficiaries can proudly call their own. Why are you attacking the poor? People, you should verify information and rely on credible sources. This misinformation can be harmful. It is meant to erode public trust and undermine the progress the ruling and winning government has made in the face of these Rise United losers. Let us stand together, informed and united, in support of initiatives that truly benefit our community. Continue to work towards a brighter future for all Jamaicans, including the poor. Continue to support the party that will be honest, truthful, civic minded, and who will deliver. Keep voting for the good ones. This is all I have to say at this point, my people. Just think on these things. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep getting these updates. See you in the next bulletin. Peace out.